Okay, folks, this is going to be Tango for 4, and this is at guitar 2. And this is an interesting part because there's not a lot going on, but you've got to be very careful about your timing because there are very specific places where you're supposed to play. As far as the fingerings, I'm following every fingering that Lew Ward has in the score. So one thing that is debatable is when you see a wiggly line. You see this line at the beginning of where you play at the repeat sign. You know that means arpeggiate it. So you either arpeggiate it by using your thumb across, or you play all the strings with your fingers and you arpeggiate it. Guitars tend to naturally arpeggiate everything. You play a chord and you don't usually play it like this. You usually play it like this. We usually roll things, and that's kind of what that is a roll. But I'm going to, for the purposes of this recording, I'm going to use my thumb, okay? When I see any kind of rolled chord, any indication for rolled. Okay, C. It can be your personal choice as long as you get an arpeggio, and as long as the arpeggio is kind of timed within your group. So you don't have one person going and the other person going. Okay, you'll have to mutually decide. Well, the director, Sean, will tell you where and how they want that articulated. Okay, so I'm just going to go over fingers and make sure everything's okay. So your first chord's an E minor 7 chord, and his fingering is 1 and 3 like this. 1 with the E, G open, D is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and E. And then he goes like this. He plays on measure, the 3rd measure after the repeat sign. He does the roll, and then now what that means is the chord is still playing underneath this, so you should play that with your thumb. And we still hear these guys ringing through. You don't want to go, okay, you don't want to mute it. And that could happen if you were rolling like this. Just make sure that you're not muting those strings. The next kind of important place, 13, 14, 15, is just make sure that you articulate with the slurs. And then, of course, where it has a dot underneath, it's staccato. So that note's supposed to be more like an 8th note. Okay, and I like to mute with both hands. Thumb and left hand, both. And then, of course, you got the chord going again. And then, pretty easy, just... Interesting, I guess, in this tango rhythm, and because the way it lines up in the score, Lew decided to go ahead and tie these quarter notes together, even though it could have been a half note, okay, because it's right on a beat. But anyway, that's what you must observe. Then the A minor comes along, measure 19, and then C chord, and then we have B7 chord. Every one of those notes and fingerings I am watching. And then all of a sudden it says at 25, tap side of the guitar just below 12th fret. Just give it a tap. 1 on the downbeat. That's your only place where you get to tap. All these other guitars are doing all kinds of tapping. Then following that, there are some indications for slurs, kind of special things, and then slides too. So let's see here, 25, 26, 27. 27, the note from C to B needs to be a slur on beat 4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, so that's a pull off, okay. The next note's syncopated on the G and of 2, and then G sharp comes next. It's just on the beat. Measure 30. Your note E is on the 2nd string, so he wants a little bit more of a mellow sound than the bright sound of an open E. So you're playing with 2, going to the D sharp. 4, 1. Okay? And then that E is coming back again on 4, but this time there's a line going through it with a slash note, small grace note, which means this. means to slide it. We should hear the audible slide to the note. So first you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, D sharp, 2, 3, 4. We should hear that. Okay. Then the F sharp's right there underneath because of the key signature on the first string. And then he wants you to do the C natural on the third string and stay on the third string for the B. And then play the next part. And it kind of looks like it could be a slur. Not quite sure, so you're going to have to find out if you should do a slur or re-articulate it. Then all of a sudden, hooray, you got some bass notes here at measure 36. On those, my guess is that they're to be played with the thumb, although you could play, I am 1, just like a scale. Or you can play with the thumb. Go ahead and play with the I am. And then the next part, which continues on, where it says P. It says it in particular, and it's a staccato. So, and he's got a 3 on the F sharp, so he's got all of those need to be staccato. If he wants them all staccato, I would do the B on the 4th string, which I'm going to advise if you want to keep all of those notes staccato. He doesn't have a marking for what to do with the B, but pretty hard to hit the B, mute it, and then get to the F sharp. So better to have what we call a closed B, then it's off right away. Okay. And then this piece goes back to that section where it repeats many, many times, I think twice. So of course you have got the repeat, yes. And then the next time you have to do it again is when you have to do the DS, the del segno, and same spot. And then you jump from the coda, and you have one measure of rest at the coda, and then you've got a final chord, which is exactly the same chord that guitar 1 plays. Call that an E minor 9. And his fingering is curious to me because he's got, even that, with the way I'm seeing these numbers, doesn't seem very easy to read. And so I prefer to do a bar, play my B with my 3rd finger, play the D with the 2nd finger, and then the F sharp is already under my bar. Okay? Then you got your chord. And it says pianissimo, 2 P's. So that's essentially all the notes and the articulations and location of them on the fingerboard. Next, I'm going to put it right at the end of this as is a recording of me playing it at about 72, which isn't the 110, but it's better to do a practice tempo. Okay. Okay, here's the recording. I'm doing it, the metronome at 72 per quarter note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. You got 8 bars of rest before you start. So let's count them. 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4. One more. 8, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tied. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. Going to C. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. First ending is 1, 2, 3. Back to the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, second ending, tap. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I messed up that bass note. I'm just going to do it again because I don't want to record the whole thing again. 36. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, back to DS. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, coda. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Okay. Sorry about that little mix-up at 36 there. I didn't anticipate that measure, but that shouldn't screw you up too much as far as rehearsing this and practicing it. Okay? Forgive me on that one. Okay. Good luck with this. It's a fun piece.